or we can use his Skype. So, all right, let's try to add him in here. This is Steve. Let's see if he has something to share. We need some Jeopardy music on this thing.
We do. Playing a little background, or just hit a little button, play some elevator music.
Yeah.
Like some Aerosmith, but elevator version.
Yeah. Steve, you with us?
I believe so.
Yeah, you sound good. How you doing?
Oh, you can hear me. I'm cool, man. How are you?
Yeah. So you got something to share with us?
Yeah. I was wondering if Mike, how he reacted to what I sent him via email last week.
Yeah, he, as people recall, Steve was on my show last week. He is able to dream and foretell future events. He explained to the listeners last week, if you haven't listened to the podcast, that he actually seen the dreams of 9/11 happening before they happened in other various events. So he has this uncanny ability to dream the future, and he's working with parapsychologist Steve Mera, who was also our guest last week. It was a great show. He had sent me a little dream he had earlier in the week. I got to pull up the conversation, but he had sent me a little dream earlier in the week predicting something was going to happen. But I'm going to let Steve tell everybody. Steve, go ahead and tell everybody what you about your dream, and then what we did find out happening. It actually came across the news.
Yeah, well, as I said to you last week, I'm always reluctant to give stuff out live before it's happened for obvious reasons. Connotations could be quite dangerous, scaremongering people. Mm-hmm. So when you asked me, it threw me a bit, because I did have some stuff, and it did involve the United States, as you saw in the mail. Mm-hmm. So basically what I had was a pungent smell in the air, which made me think of a bomb type scenario. I was also definitively given a place called Orlando, which again is in the United States, and an evacuation scene, which then took me to a school. So I did with you what I do with Steve, namely I mailed this information to you. Mm-hmm. And within, what, was it a day?
Yes.
Everything that I said in that email was there in a headline in one of your newspapers, which basically said that there was a pungent smell in the air, which led to an evacuation of an Orlando campus, fearing that it was a bomb. So I was bang on the nose with that one again, that you saw for yourself.
Yes, I did. I did see this for myself. I'm trying to pull up the news article. I think you or either Sue put it in my Skype, so I'm searching for that while you're talking there.
Yeah, she threw it over to me as well, because I didn't think to look that quickly. I mean, because I'm quite busy anyway doing stuff over here.
Let's see here. I think I might have the article. Let me pull it up here from the Orlando Sentinel. September 27th. UCF South Lake campus reopened after a strange library odor. Is that it?
That's the one, yeah.
All right, it says University of Central Florida South Lake campus has been reopened after what was initially thought to be a bomb threat. The latest update from the university said a strange odor was coming from the campus library, and after checking it out, the bomb threat was lifted. But the campus was reopened. UFS shares the campus with Lake Sumter Community College, and it's pretty weird. We also had a bomb scare right here in town at our local Walmart superstore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was one of those hits that I like, because nobody's hurt.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the key words that I put in a couple of sentences, they're all there. Namely, the pungent smell, which led me to a bomb, which then took me to like a senior school type campus area, and actually Orlando, the place. I mean, I'm 5,000 miles away from you, but I managed to definitively put it to. I mean, how many cities are there in the United States?
Yeah, I mean
thousands.
That's about 2 hours away from me where I'm at right now. So
yeah. So again, I mean, if you were to speak to Stephen Meara, I haven't spoken to him tonight because he's busy doing other stuff. Mm-hmm. But if he was to do his statistical analysis on this and break it all down, it'd be thousands and thousands to one.
Oh yeah, I'm very good with math, Steve.
Oh yeah. Steve, if he does break it down, shoot me a message and let me know the odds of that, and I'll tell listeners next.
I'd be interested to find out myself actually what they are.
You're probably better hitting a lotto 3 days in a row than predicting something like that.
Well, I mean, I thought, from my end, I told you what I do, and Steve told you how we collate this stuff, and then that came like that for you to see for yourself.
Yeah.
It basically did exactly what I say that I do.
Right,
I just thought it was interesting, and it's great for me when this happens, because again, it backs up what I say.
Right.
But when people get hurt or people get killed, living with that is not easy.
Yeah.
So these are this is the better type of stuff that I get, just to show people that this is a fact, that it actually happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was intrigued as to what your reaction was, but it was.
Yeah, I mean, well, after the show, I thought, you don't really want to spread the word, tell people, imagine the hysteria that would cause. But I was a little bit surprised when, I was reading the email, and the next day I read the article, and Sue said, "Oh my God, something did happen." I'm like, "Really?" So I read the article. It's like, what?
You have to send me the email, MJ, so I can see what he said compared to the story.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it would blow me away.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've had since I've been dealing with Steve in the last 8 years, certainly in the last decade, but the last 8 years, I've had hundreds and hundreds of these, literally in the hundreds. And even now, still, I have to look at what I've said, look at what the article says, look back at what I've said, read it again. It is almost like winning the lottery, and you keep looking at your numbers to make sure you've got it right. That still happens to me now. I still think, oh my God, and I'm the one that does it. It's bizarre.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have any? Did you get a bad headache or anything that same night, or anything else strange happened?
Not this time. No headaches this time. Really bad headaches alert me to Boeing terror. Yeah. September 11, I had that. In 2006, when they grounded all the Boeings at Heathrow, leading up to that, them headaches came again that I had before in 2001. And then I think it was 2009 they came again, and I gave a date this time, and I got the day right as well. A guy at British Airways was going to stuff some baggage full of explosives and blow this thing out of the sky. It was about March the 4th, I think. I don't know how I got this date, but I did, and I actually got it right on the day as well. And the headaches came again that time as well.
Yeah. I tend to get the same thing just because I have sleep apnea, and if I fall asleep without my machine on, when my heart starts racing, I get these crazy dreams. But I've actually put some down on audio, and MJ, maybe up to you if we later on, once the callers stop, I can play my latest